Over the next weeks, we'll be building a gigantic miniature map for Summoners War 6-year anniversary here in the studio on this very table. The biggest clay artwork I have ever worked on with the help of the guys here in the studio. And we thought it would be great to keep you updated, take you on this creative journey and make a live stream every 2 weeks. I hope you will enjoy this gigantic miniature map adventure starting on May 27th here on the channel with a live stream. So this is my desk, you know this one. And this is Andy right there.
Guys.
So you can blame him if we have any problems. You can shoot him an email at Andy at... No, just kidding. So he is working really hard to do all the technical stuff today. Then we have Kirsten, and she is down there. Maybe we can even switch the cam. This is Kirsten. She is painting the surface of the map. And I will visit her in a minute and I'll show you what she has been up to lately. It's a lot. And then we have Steph, who is currently working on the continents. And well, then there's also me. I am working on some beautiful, beautiful clay. Well, I have my table right here. And before we get started, I would love first to thank the sponsor, which is Summoners War and Come to Us. Thanks a lot for making this possible. I am so happy. And then, well, I would like to tell you more about the game, about Summoners War. Let me open the game and show you, for those of you who are not familiar with the game yet. Yeah. So here we go. Oh, this is the protection mode. Let me turn this off. So this is my account. This is Summoners War. And for those of you who don't know the game, let me just briefly summarize what this is about. Well, you are collecting monsters and you try to improve them, you try to build them up to become stronger. To be honest, I am playing for maybe this game has a lot to show. This is the overall map. This is the island, which is beautifully floating in the air. Look at that. Of course, we will build this waterfall effect as well. Then, these are my monsters. I have a samurai right now. Maybe I can even make this a little brighter. So, this is the samurai. The magic knight I have here, the fairy, the giant warrior, and sometimes I'm even using the sniper. And here you can see the stars, and the more stars, the more powerful these are. Well, that's it for me. I'm only level 16, so I have still some way to improve. And now let's go into a beautiful battle to show you how this really works. We have all these different continents right here, but I'll go to the very first one, Garden Forest. And then you have these different levels within, and this is the difficulty. And if you manage to complete one of the difficulties, you get one of the stars, which is right there. So this makes sense. Just to show you, I want to switch to normal because then my monsters look more powerful to you. This is the final boss, and I'll just hop in. I have 3 monsters which I can use fighting against this wolf. I forgot his name. Maybe someone of you can help me in the comments and write that. So then I go to start battle. It is loading, of course. Garden Forest. And you can use the automation. Then your monsters will fight for you automatically, or you can just pick the different attacks This one, for example, I try first to finish the first one. Here you go. And this is the final boss. And I also tried to start building him with clay today. So I made some screenshots in advance, or we can just leave it the way it is right now. So I don't have to fight him, really. This is the game. Again, today's video is sponsored. I'm really, really thankful for this huge opportunity. We got for the 6-year anniversary, they are giving out huge you get a little bit more brighter colors and that they look a little bit more beautiful. And that's it, what it looks right now. Well, Kirsten already worked on that and I will give you the update. All is for the 6-year anniversary of Summoner's War. Okay. That's where we are right now. So the table is already prepared. Now we need all the continents. Now we need all the figurines. And I thought we would start with a very easy, well, just kidding. I picked the most difficult monster to create. And the very first question which popped up was, how big should the figurines be? And first I printed out this blueprint. Maybe some of you already recognize the monster which I am about to create. It's one of the archangels, which is called Artamiel, right? And then I showed this blueprint, well, just for a comparison to my regular Fortnite skins. Well, this is not a Fortnite skin. It's low bar, just for a size comparison. Well, maybe let me pick Midas for a size comparison. So my regular figurines are almost double the size. And oh, beautiful, beautiful guy. And I showed this blueprint to Kirsten just 1 hour ago. And she told me, no, that's not working. That's not working. We have to do it even thinner. And this will be the size I try to create with you today. So this will be insane. It has this size. It has almost the size of my thumb. Yeah. So I'm I'm really excited. Just reading some of the comments, and I will get back to the comments as well. I'll make some time for that, but let's first create. How's the sound? Can everyone hear me? Well, normally you ask this question at the beginning of a live stream, but right now I'm wondering, how's the sound right now? No more echo. We have some echo problems, maybe? Maybe we can turn down this one.
It's off.
Oh, okay. So I can even remove it.
Disable it now.
So I hope everyone can hear me with my well-known mic I am always using in my tutorials as well. So again, we will come back to your comments, what you think, but let's first get into the clay creation. Okay, this is really tiny, and I am doing the very first figurine for this gigantic map right now. Let me put up an image of Archangel. Okay, maybe you can even show it to you. I have it on my laptop right there. Yeah. So this is the guy. It's pretty well known because it is Artamiel can be seen like everywhere when the game is promoted, for example, because he is one of the most beloved monsters. And I try to find a good way into this. There are different techniques when you try to create one of the figurines. Normally, like Midas, for example, I use a wire inside. And, well, maybe I have even some wire right here with the pliers, and I am building up the skeleton. Well, you know what I am doing when I'm working on one of these figurines. This time, it is too tiny to put in a wire, so this will be really new and exciting for me as well. I try to use a lot of white, maybe using my scalpel a lot and cut out the shape of it so that we don't need the wire, that we don't need to touch the creation too much. And yeah, so let's just get started. In the meantime, can we maybe remove this window away? All right. Perfect. So this is the white clay. Now we need the scalpel. Well, it's a mess. I can show you my tools right now. It looks like this. Okay, scalpel, where are you? There you go. Da 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 da. So that you can see Artamiel a little bit better, I try to work on the table. Yeah, this was too bright. And this is the first working step. I try to get the shape of the character. And maybe we can use a hack. Okay, this should be fine. We're working on the very first monster. Cutting some clay. Fun fact, when I try to get the focus on the camera, it's a touch screen. I am just tipping like this. Normally when I am recording my tutorials, I do it like this with the tip of my nose, but nobody noticed. I hope so. So again, this is our Tamil. He looks like this. We have the wings, the body, and like a hood, like a hoodie right there. And this is why I try to get the very first layer just with clay only. Maybe I should remove this a little bit. And once we are done with the very first shape of this monster, we will go and have a look what the other guys are up to. So these are the wings. This is the body. Maybe I should start with the body first. It is really, really tiny. There, finished. Just kidding. So it's quite helpful to use a blueprint like this. Maybe we can remove a little bit right there until we see the blueprint. Yeah. So this is the very first test I'm doing, the very first monster I am creating, and this also means if this is a success, the very first creation I am doing, I will keep it, and if not, well, we learned our lesson here. And this is the perfect thing about clay. You can just bend it the way you need it to be. Just like this. Okay, no pressure. Try to match it. We will put in some clay later. Now let's have a look. The wings have different layers. So the scalpel is the perfect tool right now to use. Oh, look at that. It looks so beautiful. Maybe we can even go a little bit more into detail. Okay. The next feather. Is it called feather on an angel's wing? Well, it looks like feathers. So this will be the technique. Normally in my tutorials it would now go like this. So very quickly. But this is live. Maybe you get it right now why I haven't done this more often in the past. It's just quite time consuming. But, well, it would be quite nice, well, especially during these times, if you just relax, enjoy watching me create the angel from Summoner's War. Okay, this is the very first layer of the first wing. Maybe I can even remove it so you can see it better. It's quite bright right now. So I think you get the idea, and I will work on this and you will see my progress. But, well, for now, I would like to join the other guys. And, well, let's have a look what Kirsten is working on right now. Oh, the mic.
Papers everywhere.
We were so excited to get the live stream started, and well, it was really
Nerve-wracking. It was.
But now that we got started, let's have a look what you have been up to, what you created,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
tell us.
What I'm doing is the background, basically, like the background of the map, which is very beautiful. There's like a vintage look to it. It looks like a nautical map. And what I'm working on is, like, specifically is the compass in the upper right corner. I'm going to draw it, I'm going to paint it, and I'm going to do some lines. And if you want to have a closer look, you can already see like what I've started with. Down the first base colors and getting into some of those wavy lines. These might even be like hard from afar, but fortunately we've got Photoshop and we can crop in really nicely and really closely to see all these lovely little shapes we've got going on here. And I'm trying to paint them, also trying to paint the textures, which was quite hard actually.
Kirsten is always the one to print out everything, and I really love that about you. Maybe I can show you the wall. So this is her preparation for the map, because this is not the only image. Oops. This is not the only image we try to use as a blueprint for this huge bed. It is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also the different stages within the game. I just showed you that in the game in Garden Forest, the very first one. So let's have a look how you work.
Okay, let's see. So what I started out with, because the lines are very faint, as you can see from afar, it's very hard to tell. So I basically put darker lines over it to just get a better grasp on where those lines are actually going, and I printed it in a smaller scale. It's an easy one. 1 millimeter is 1 centimeter, so I don't have to do math because I'm terrible at it. And what I'm going to do now, or what I've been doing for the past few minutes, is just drawing on some of these lines. They're very faint at the moment because they're just pencil lines.
Oh, maybe we can go into detail. Oh yeah.
Show you some.
This
of
is
these.
my finger for comparison.
Yes, and what I'm going to do now is drawing the compass, and I have it twice because I'm sure. I have it once here to just look up the size, and I have a second one over here.
Oh yeah.
So I can actually see all the details. And this is our printer fucking up again, which I'm sorry. This is our printer being a bad boy, I guess, not doing. Because 1 millimeter is 1 centimeter, but still I have it. It's nice to look at it and think, oh, I'm so smart, I'm so prepared. And I just...
So this is just a regular pencil which you are using right now. It's is it the same pencil which for the lines on the final table as well?
There are things. The lines that you see over here already, I've been using these markers, which come in handy. Simon recommended them. I didn't believe him. I don't want to use those markers. I don't like them, I don't know them, but they're fine. They're actually fine. And I'm basically colors, because if you take a close look at this, you see that I use them as a base, but I overpaint them because I found them too harsh. And I wanted to get closer to like how soft they look in the original.
This for comparison. It's always astonishing for me how you get the colors match that perfectly. So just to show, these are Kirsten's tools.
This is the mess. This is reality. This is the mess I'm working with. I've got these, which are just like regular glasses. This one held marmalade before. And pre-mix big blotches of color because you don't want to like mix in between. You want to have some consistency.
Could you show us some of the painting, or does this come later?
I'd love to do it later. I'd love to like show some of the mixing when we do the compass, because it has different colors than the rest. It has like this almost rusty palette compared to the greens. There's like a reddish tint to it, and I'd love to just show how I start, how I look at it, and like decide which way to go with the colors. I know that if you've never mixed colors in your life, it can be kind of daunting, but it isn't that hard, and it's just trying out different stuff and seeing what works.
Okay.
Yes. So I might do some drawing now, if we still have time
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, sure. Well, I will be quiet right now. I will be just observing Kirsten at work.
Oh yes, look at this mess. I wish my process was less messy, but that's what it is. Yeah, so first things first, took this measurement, forgot about it like immediately again. This is like about 13 centimeters in length. So I've got this. And looking at it, I also got like this. So it's like 10 centimeters in width. It's a little hard, like these are so small. This one, for example, I drew way off because like the measurements are hard to scale up. But yeah, we're going to try, we're going to see how this one's going to work out. One's going to work out. I got the most important ones. And this is very, very close to the other line. So I've got like 3.
So you can just take your time. Maybe I'll go over to Steph right now. Maybe you can switch screen, or now you can see me. I will go over to Steph right now to see what he is doing. And he has some really, really crazy tools, which he is using, dangerous tools.
Hey guys.
What are you doing right now, and what can we expect to see today?
Well, we are doing the continents, and this is the first one. So we try to do a height profile.
It
just
looks
as a
so
base,
amazing.
as a foundation to build the rest on. So that's the first continent. This is Garan Forest and Mount Reagan, I guess. And now I'm actually working on Trials of Ascension and Rift Worlds. Yeah, so this is crazy tool. It's not that crazy. It's just a heat wire and it burns through the construction firm, which is an awful smell, and I cannot recommend that. So actually I'm wearing this, which doesn't help at all, but it's just for good measures. Yeah, so I'm just trying to...
People can be happy that on the live stream smell is not available.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, not yet. Maybe one day, and you will remember this one ClayClaim live stream where they talked about that.
Well, it doesn't count for me and Simon, so if we get something from that smell...
Oh yeah, we get some really crazy fog right there.
So at first I just cut with a cutter through the map, actually just to get more details about how the map looks after all.
Makes sense.
So, and I paint them with just a simple marker. And the red parts are pieces which I try not to touch, just in case that.
So
well,
what does it mean?
It needs to be higher. So you see it here on the map. There's like high rocks.
Oh
and,
oh yeah, I see that.
These is all
it's
part
Trial of Ascension. Well,
yeah, Trial of Ascensions.
I didn't unlock that till now.
Well, someday, one day. Yeah, so let's get started.
What is black about?
Black is actually it's like the edge. So I'm burning that away too. But it's just like for now I'm not touching it. It's just this black is Rift of Worlds, so I'm just cutting through it. I'm trying to cut through it. And we could just start with that. Actually, let's do it.
And now we can see this crazy tool. Maybe you can even hear the noise. I will shut up. this really smells so badly. Maybe we can explain to the people how this smells.
Well, it smells like chemical mixed with chemicals, and you shouldn't do it like that. You should wear a mask if you do it. But yeah, it's gonna be fine.
It somehow reminds me of the, do you know this new car smell? But this, even worse. Well, the new car smell maybe can be considered as good.
Yeah, actually a lot of people like it, so...
Yeah, Steph was also the first one of the team of us who started playing Summoners War like crazy. And he's always the guy to push everyone to, okay, you really have to get started, and this is a great game, and you should check this out. And I remember when I started, he was like, oh, you are there? Well, it still takes some time. No, not in a mean way, but somehow you get me what I'm talking about. I should give you some background on Steph as well, because he created some beautiful sceneries as well. This is for a project coming later this year, and I have done some postings on that on Instagram, and he did this by himself. So he has a really good feeling for finding the right height, finding the right material as well. And when he was like, oh, there is this new material and I want to try out this tool, well, I didn't know that the floor would look like this. Well, but now we found a great material, and we are working our way up. We now have this gigantic continent, the very first one. And I can already imagine the very first clay figurine working right there. So maybe you get the size right now. So we will just watch for a minute.
Yeah, well, this one is not working right now, so...
And there are like different adapters, right?
Yeah, but this is kind of hard to switch sometimes.
We have also this very thin wire, which looks like a bow from an archer.
Yeah.
Which is quite crazy, because you can remove.
Let's use it for now.
Okay, I'd love to see that.
Just to show them.
It has a really thin
and it just
wire.
doesn't take long to heat up. It's just like instantly hot, almost. So, and you can see how it cuts through.
Oh yeah.
And you actually see this line, so it's not an issue that I cut it off here, because like I have to take it off anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, this noise, it's really crazy. Well, it's quite different to the clay which I am regularly using, but this is so lightweight, and I really love this. And when we had the very first talk about the map, I mean, look at this gigantic size of the map. It would have been impossible to create everything with clay, so we tried to use the right materials on the right spots. The continents, for example, made out of this pretty lightweight material, but also the figurines from clay. So I would really love to see some comments, and I will check them, and after that we will go back to the clay creation. And I'll visit you later as well.
Oh yes, I'm so excited for it.
Okay. Back on the table. Which mic should I use? Still this one?
You can choose.
Okay. So we go, maybe I can even take this one. Is this available? Yeah. Perfect. Because then I can remove this huge thing in front of my face. Now, I showed you the very first technique to create our Tamiel, but for now I want to focus on a different monster. I will finish this one later, but so that you just get an idea on how I try to create the different figurines. So the next one would be a wolf. And Steph was kind enough to make a video for me. So this is the final boss. You recognize him. And after I read some comments, we will start working on this guy. I'm already so exciting because he is the very first boss somehow you are encountering with, and this is why he is somehow special to me. But again, let me know which monster I should create. Now I would like to take the time and read some of your comments. Okay, this is a lot of comments right now. We have in the live chat, someone donated $10. Thank you so much. Could we just click on this, on the $10, and have a look? You are the best creator. Oh, this is so kind. Wendy, thank you so much. Not only for $10, but for your words. It means a lot to a creator in general. Normally you're just working with your hands, you're working on your figurines, and to get your feedback, it really means the world to me. And yeah, you are the reason why I am doing this. So thanks again, thanks a lot. Okay, let's go back to the other creations. This is going so fast. Okay, any suggestions for some monsters which I could create? You want to see the map? Okay, I will show you the map in a minute. Okay, maybe just give me a sec. Mando, is he called Mando? I have to look him up. Mumbo, I have to look him up. I'm not familiar with him. Mambus. Okay. You're asking for this guy. I can show you. Yeah, he looks amazing. Maybe some more suggestions. Well, the plan is to create many monsters anyway. We will do a live stream every 2 weeks, and for the next week, well, within the next week, I will start working on many different monsters to see what is working, what's not working, so I can present all your ideas in figurines to you, and you can let me know how this works. So any other comments? I love you. I love you too. You know, every time when someone is typing I love you in the comments, when a video just came out, I try to respond that with always the same response. You should go and check that out. Mambo. Mambo? Is it called Mambo? I don't get it. I really have to check the comments after the live stream when I can scroll down. Yeah, I'll go check that later. It's just going too fast. Yeah, of course, I can show you some of the creations which I have been up to lately. Maybe we can switch to this cam. And well, in the background, we have not only Andy, but also a shelf with one of the latest creations. Well, you can also see some of the Pokemons. Let me fetch some of these, and maybe we can make also a comparison what it means, what these creations mean for our Summoner's War, this gigantic map. I guess you know this creation. This is crazy. This is huge. It's the agency. Oh no, I destroyed our angel. Well, it was a test anyway, but I will put him aside. Happy this is not a live stream. This is a different scale. At first I thought we could build something like this for Summoner's War when they asked us to create the map. But this scale is way different compared to the Summoner's War map. This scale would not allow to put in some of the monsters. And I felt that Summoner's War without the monsters is worth nothing. So we had to take a scale which is working. And even if this means creating a figurine on this scale, well, I have not created a character on this scale, but well, we will try that, of course. So maybe I can show you some of the other creations. This one. This is the regular size, the Mandalorian, for example. Then we have the Clash Royale figurines, which are way smaller. People always tell me when they see some of the figurines in real life, when they visit me, for example, when they visit us here in the studio, oh, I thought they would be bigger. This may be because you have a really big screen at home, or it could be, well, you just have no perspective, or it's difficult to get a feeling for this when you just see it on the screen. As a reminder, this is my thumb. Well, you can maybe just right now take your thumb and you get an impression on how big this Clash Royale figurine is right now. And again, the scale which we are working on for Summoner's War will be like this. It will be crazy. So any further questions? I can show you some of the creations later, of course. Give away Midas, please. Well, no. But I can tell you, I like him better now that he is golden, with golden clay. I'm so excited when I can show you the very first finished Summoner's War figurines. Yeah. For those of you who just joined this stream, I would, well, first of all, talk about the game and then show you what we've been up to lately, and then go and see what the guys have been doing in the past minutes. Maybe the map is already finished. And then I will start working on the next clay figurine, and I try not only to start it, but to finish it as well in just like 10 minutes to show you that it is possible to work in a very short time on beautiful characters. We got another donation. Thank you so much. 20. I love your vids. Dawn, thank you so much. Rick, I've been looking forward to this live stream for a long time. Thank you for your skills. Thank you so much. Yeah. We've been really exciting about the live stream. It's a new way of interacting. It's, well, when I do regular tutorials, when we are shooting bigger projects, you can just cut everything right together, that you have a video like 15 minutes and it's quite entertaining. With the live stream, it's way different because everything is in real time. And at first I thought this would be a disadvantage for clay, for art in general. But when I think about it, it is a huge advantage because now you can see everything, how it is made for real and not just by using some crazy editing. Oh yeah, that's good. So thanks a lot, guys, for your donations. Thank you so much. The plan is I will show you the game again, show you some of the highlights and what I am looking forward to create. And then I will start working with clay again. So let me just take my mobile phone. Always putting in the passcode. I hope nobody has seen that. Yeah, for now I think I will, well, I can just finish him with the automation mode, which I really love because it is not always about the fighting. It could be if you want, but it's a lot about how to get your monsters stronger. And I want to show you this, how they become stronger and how you can improve them. So now we are back on the world map, and this is gigantic. Look at that. And as I told you, I have not unlocked this space yet. So these are my islands, monsters. Let's pick one of my favorite monsters. I'd say it's the samurai, but this is somehow difficult to power up, so I take this guy, the shark. Oh, we should create the shark. Now I want to read some comments. Please create the shark. The shark. Okay. Can we get this a little brighter? Yeah. Sorry. You have skills. These are the attacks. But you also have runes. Is it pronounced runes? Runes? I think so. Rune. And the plural would be? Runes. So it is.
If there's an I in there, it's like a ruin.
Rune, yeah. Runes. And we have like 6 different slots to use. And I collected some runes over the past days. And I can show you this one, for example, the blade rune, which gives you an increase on your attack. And I can go and hit engrave. And I should make this a little bit louder. Can people hear this? Yeah, right? Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I love the sound when you are powering up your monsters. Engrave, yes. For everyone who is a pro and watching right now, my apologies, I'm not a pro. I just started the game. But well, let's talk again in like 2 or 3 months and let's see where I am. So now I engrave the rune, I click on it and I can power up. So I click on power up and I can say power up. And it is successful. And now you see, now it is not +9, but it is +13. It got stronger. But the good thing is, well, you have some costs which are increasing over time. And it's not working every time. And I don't know why, but it makes it really feel very valuable because it is not guaranteed that you will get stronger runes over time. So let's see when I am failing for the first time. This normally okay, now you've seen that. I just wasted some of the mana and it makes it more valuable for me. So again, please go check out the description of this live stream because there is a code included if you want to check out the game. And I have to look on my paper. ClayClaim SW6. Did I think for the first time I said I don't know, something different. Now it's ClayClaim SW6. And there is also like a description how to do this on Android and how to do this on iOS. And you will get 50 energy and 50,000 mana. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, this is all about, I can't believe they are doing so much for the 6-year anniversary. But I love it. I love that we get the chance to create this gigantic map over the course of the next weeks. And I I'm so excited. The plan is, I can already tell you this, the plan is to bring them the final map. It's a huge surprise. And well, it all depends on the current situation. We have to talk about that. But I'm really confident that it will all work, that once the gigantic map, can we have just the cam for the gigantic map? Because people have to see this again. Kirsten, say hi. It is gigantic, so probably we have to get like a truck for that. Wendy, again, $5. Thank you so much. Can you please play with... Of course, I am using the name ClayClaim in almost any game. Maybe I should make like a list. It's also the same name in Summoner's War. I think you are able to get like 50 friends. Yeah, maybe I can just check it on my phone again. So this is how it is spelled. I'm not sure if it has to be spelled like this. I'm level 16. Go ahead, add me as a friend in Summoner's War. Yeah, so now that we talked a lot about the stuff, maybe we can show you how we got there, where we are right now, and maybe we can show the short video. Just seen. It's crazy. We are streaming with 6 different cameras, right? Is it right? And 5. It's 5. Well, also with the webcam.
No, then 6.
It's 6.
You're right.
With this one, it's 6 cams. Steph built the table. He worked on that with wood. He currently moved, so he has to build a lot anyway. He tries to build his own kitchen with wood. So he started building all this frame, this table. We try to get it as smooth as possible because we want to fill in some resin later. So this will be quite exciting. Then Kirsten started to paint. You can see it right now. It's still astonishing to me how we got there, how she got there. Look at that, all the different colors which she blended together. And maybe you can show us later when I visit you the next time how to blend some colors. Yeah, and this will be the map for the 6-year anniversary for Summoner's War. Yeah, so still excited. Now it's time. Let's go back to the clay figurine, the clay creation. As I told you before, I need my phone for that. Oops, face cam is not working. Don't want to show my code. So this, oh yeah, this is the video Steph did for me, and he will show me the wolf. You recognize this guy? Well, he is, well, you have just seen that I fighted him and I tried to build him in like 10 minutes. So let's take the time, 10 minutes. Okay, let's get started. What do I need? Well, first of all, I need some space. Go away. There. Which colors do I need? Let's pick the colors first. We have some white, obviously. Then we have some really, really bright blue. And hopefully I have some bright blue. Just a sec. It's right over here. Ah, perfect. Yeah, this one. Some, I will put on the mic again. Like 9 minutes left. But relax. First I will drink We will do that in like, oh no, it's 8 minutes something. Open the clay. Maybe you can make it a little bit darker. Yeah. So we have blue, we have white, and maybe some even darker blue. I take this one. And to make it really simple, I try to create ingame. And fun fact, ingame means, Kirsten, what does it mean?
It's Japanese. It's basically like a god, dog.
So it's Japanese. Inu means
means dog.
Dog.
And
Gami.
has different meanings, but one of them is like deity, god, stuff like that. At
Okay.
first I thought it was like a spirit, but that's not.
So we can translate it to like dog god, which would be, well, maybe some of you is Japanese and can give us the right, the correct term for that. Okay, 7 minutes left in a few seconds. Let's create this. Let's do this. I start with white. I throw in some blue, and this will take probably the most time to mix the clay color, to mix the clay. And now that we are creating such a cute and tiny dog, we don't need any wire at all. So if you want to start working with clay and want to avoid using too much stuff like wire and all these blueprints, just take a little bit of clay and start working. And well, you'll see that you don't need all that fancy stuff. At least this is my opinion. I try to get the body shape. This is, no, I wanted to stay in that shape. This is the body. You see that the legs are pretty big. So I cut away in a hurry. I could injure myself with a scalpel. And then everyone would be like, oh, you remember the time when he injured him? Ah! Just kidding. Okay, this is the body. I am happy with that right now. And now I try to get the legs right. If it looks good, I will use it because just someone asked for that. Will this be regular? Well, for now we are doing 3 live streams, and there will always be the regular tutorial on Friday. And this week on Friday, as many of you asked, it will be about the live event of Fortnite, which is coming out on Saturday, so I have to make some predictions, of course. 5 minutes left. Oh boy. I tried to get the shape of the legs. Maybe we can zoom in just a little bit. This should help. This is one of the legs, and I need a different tool for that. Yeah, I'm really great prepared. Look at that. Oh, I should start working on the screen more often. And that's it. That's the first leg. It's always difficult to get the first leg right. What game is this dog wolf from? It's Summoner's War. And again, go check out the description of this live stream. Be sure to be one of the first 500 to get the in-game rewards. ClayClaim SW6. And then we have, so we can turn this later. And this means we will make tiny claws. 4 minutes left. This is the scale for the claws. So how many claws does this guy have? 3. It's 3. I've seen that. Yeah. Okay. And the idea is, now that we got these 3 claws, I can just bend it up like this. I'll show you this from the side maybe. So I'll bend it up like this, and I would fix it like this on a plate. After oven hardening, I could glue it to the wolf. And now I will repeat this 4 times. No, now it's only 3 times. 3 times left. So this would be the next leg on the other side, because the front legs look a little bit different. Oh no, I just screwed up. Yeah. 3 minutes left. Still possible. Put this leg right there. The claws, we will work later on the claws. And we will use like a tool, a pen, for fixation. And I can put it right there. Look at that. We will get there. I'm quite confident that we will get there. Then we have the front legs. Oh, I could use the Fortnite map as a stand. Oh, perfect! And these are the front legs of this guy. Well, it won't be perfect, but I want to show you that it is possible to create him in just a few minutes. Okay, and then remove it. One minute left. Oh, look at that. I already really like this guy. I'm quite happy how he looks. So, then some claws. Okay, maybe it's not possible to finish in 10 minutes. No pressure! It would be, I think it would be quite perfect to work, to put the claws onto a table. This is what I am doing right now, to put it onto a plate. Could you remove the... Yeah, perfect. Well, we will have a look later. So this will be this side. Then we have the tail. And the tail looks like this. Oh, 30 seconds. And I try to bring in some texture. Some beautiful textures, some hair, just simulating the hair, making it sharp again. Well, we can be more careful later, but we can place it right there. And the head needs to be a little bit more bluish. And that's it for the 10 minutes. So I screwed up. The timer is done. But maybe I can get like another 2 minutes. And we are just blending to get this beautiful blue, which you can see right there, the hair right there. So yeah, it's a little bit darker, it's a little bit more blue. And then I would start cutting to get the hair just like this. Yeah. And this will be really crazy. Gaming Yeah, I can do some more gaming later. I'm just reading some of the comments while working on this. Oh, look at that. I should go in more on the details. Okay. Look at that. We'll work our way to the front. And again, this is all possible within just a few minutes. On a regular creation, I can spend like weeks. This huge thing you see right there, the agency, it took me 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks to finish. So if you take your time, it gets way more better. But it's also for me a good test to see what is working, what's not working in clay. And we are working our way to the front. Oh yeah. We should do this challenge again. Finish a figurine within just a few minutes. It's really hard, it's stressful, but I can do that. Maybe some hair underneath. And then what about the fur? Let's go in on the details. What about the fur? The scalpel is the perfect tool to get some beautiful fur details. Look at that! First we start right there. Maybe we can also make some fur on the legs. What about the tail? I'm really curious what it will look like in the end. It is pre-recorded. No, it's not. I just read that. It's not pre-recorded. Right now, I wish it was pre-recorded. So this is the head. Oh boy. Okay, let's try to get the shape right. You know that I'm not that good in creating human faces, but now we don't have any excuses. I mean, we don't have a human face. Okay. Okay, looks good. We'll cut it away. We can put it onto the table, and then we go in. Maybe not that much. This way, and suddenly it all makes sense to you. We try to get in more fur. It looks like an iceberg. Right now. We have the ears. Yeah, right there.
Somebody's asking when you did your first creation.
Someone just asked when I did my first creation. So I think it started as a kid. I still have this figurine. I think I showed it in the 1000 sub special. And then I somehow stopped for many years, and when I started working, when I became an adult, just sitting in front of the screen all day long, I decided to do what made me happy as a child, and this was obviously clay. So I started again, and when you look at the very first video, this would be a minion. So this is what it looks like from the side right now. We can remove the hair by doing just like this. You can just go ahead if you read another question. I would be more than happy to answer, but it's just too confusing to focus on both the clay creation and the comments. I hope you don't mind. Okay. And now we can, well, it somehow doesn't really fit perfectly, but that's all the plan. Now we can use some of the blue hair and hide the edge right there.
Some guys are asking what you're doing there.
This is Inugami. This is the monster I really like from Summoner's War. Look at that, it looks beautiful. And for those of you who are wondering, well, I attached the download link in the description for Summoner's War. We are building the gigantic map, the world map from Summoner's War for their 6-year anniversary. You can see Kirsten right now. Maybe we can hop over to Steph as well while I am working on the hair. Maybe this is a good idea. While I am doing the boring stuff with clay, we can hop over to the other guys. Kirsten is complaining she wants to do boring stuff as well. So Steph is working on some of the continents and going angry with the knife.
Yes,
One of
I
the blades. You lost one of the blades.
The tool. Yes. No, I lost one of the hot wires.
So this material, this foam, is quite reactive to heat. So maybe we can also just put over some hot liquid to get this whole finished. But I guess this doesn't really work. So all I have to do is working on the snoot, working on the eyes, and we will take some black clay for that. Again, this is the character from Summoner's War, Inugami. Steph made a screen record because I don't have this monster right now. I'll get that, hopefully. Oh, yes, some pretty amazing sharp teeth. I'll do this later. The snoot goes just like this. I'll go in on the details and then I'll go downstairs. Let's have a look what the other guys are up to right now. But first, the snoot. Oh, beautiful. The eyes. What are the eyes like? You can see it right now. It's somehow yellow. It has a black outline. So maybe we fill in some black clay first. And then we could fill in some yellow. I need a different tool for that. It's called the pointing tool. It has balls on both sides, tiny, tiny balls, and we will just make a dent for the eyes. It doesn't look too bad for a 10-minute creation. So Let's fill in some black clay. Maybe just a little bit more of the black clay with the pointing tool. I guess for some guys it's so weird to see the creation and to see me in the corner, but well, I think it's quite nice to give some explanations what I am up to. And now some orange and some yellow. Well, I have some orange right here, just a little bit, just a tiny piece, and we will make a shiny highlight with yellow, which is really bright. You've just seen that. So for the iris, I just make the orange. Yeah, if you have ideas for the live stream, I would be more than happy to read in your comments. What are your suggestions? What should we do different? What should we keep for the next live stream? And now just a tiny shiny highlight. Maybe this was too much. I'm using the scalpel for that. Right there. Okay. Well, it doesn't look perfect, but it's still a 10-minute creation. He somehow looks not that dangerous. Maybe I will do a workover and give him some teas. This could be quite beautiful. Now let's have a look what Kirsten is doing, what she has painted so far. So let me just go downstairs.
Yeah, I actually haven't started painting yet because I wanted to start the painting with the cameras rolling. I just did like the sketches I needed beforehand. I'm not even sure if you can hear me. Yes, you can. Perfect. I mean, I can't show you.
All the cameras can see you.
All the cameras can see. Ah, I love it. I love all the attention. You can see all the wobbly, very confusing lines I did there. I hope I can figure this one out later. It looks like a fucking, jigsaw puzzle at the moment. And what I actually wanted to do, because Simon asked me to just show it, is show my process a little. To just showcase what I do when I'm mixing colors, or when I'm starting to mix a palette. I think the first thing that's important is that colors never stand alone. Like if you have a lot of colors, they are communicating with each other, so this color might seem very different on a different background. So when I start doing this, I actually paint onto this to see if the colors are right. With this, I know that it's a warm color. I look at it, I know it has like something very rusty about it. There's a reddish tint to it. I can already see that. So I try to start with like this is called, I think this is ochre. Yes, this is ochre. I probably use some umber too.
So when you choose the different colors to get them right, are you? I try to compare that to clay.
Sure.
Are you trying to find out the extremes? So let's say you try to find the brightest color and the darkest one, and then you try to blend this together? Or how is this choosing process for colors happening in
my weird
beautiful mind?
In my weird mind. I think a lot of it is intuition, and a lot of it is also like trying out stuff and seeing that it doesn't work. I mean, there are like two things I'm looking at. I'm looking at value and I'm looking at color. Value is how dark or light it is, and the other part is color, which might be what you were asking. So I know this is pretty light. I know that we don't have like this super dark color going on here. I've got white. I probably need some black too to like kill off a little bit of that vibrancy. I normally take ages mixing colors, so this might not work actually. which is why I pre-mix colors, because I take a long time, and I can only recommend, if you like me, pre-mix colors, mix big batches of colors, be happy about them working together.
Just go on. I'll be at the desk for a minute.
Yeah. So looking at this, I already see that it's still too vibrant. Like, I can already tell. But if I'm very unsure, I also do this. Like, I paint onto the surface, and I already see, like, it's way too vibrant. There's way too much color in this. It doesn't look right. It's still very off. So looking at this, I might be getting closer. What I also like to do, like there's too much white in this. I already can tell it. There's too much white in this. So it's basically just trying out different things. And if you're making a palette, I can only recommend like painting colors over each other, and just see how they're working together. Like, are they starting to speak with each other? Are they starting to look like something you'd like to see, or are they still
are you
off?
always using like a blueprint for that, or how is your process of getting the right material for like this compass, for example? Yeah.
For this compass, I'm not always using a blueprint. I do a lot of like my own work. So a lot of it is just trying out things. I have an idea of like an atmosphere, mostly, for something. Because like if you have warm colors, it gives off a certain vibe, and if you've got cool colors, it gives off a certain vibe. And then I start going from there. Sometimes I have one color that I really enjoy, and I start building a palette around that. And I also collect like snippets of things that I find interesting. Like if you have colors that you really like, if you find a photo or something, keep it. Just try to use it for something. Like everything can be inspiring, I think. And you see, like normally, the guys hate me for it. Normally I use a dryer basically to see how the colors look when they're dry. Because this color is already so much darker, but we're getting closer. What I also like to do, and this might not work out, but if the overall color scheme like this is very green, there are a lot of greens to it, I like to mix just a tiny amount of the main color, which is this green, into it to see.
So you're just basically taking a little bit of this green, and it's enough?
It might just be for my own sake, but I do think it looks different. I do think it starts to look like it's a family, basically. Like this, to me at least, looks already better than this does. Like this, there's still a lot of red in this, and this looks a lot closer.
Yeah, it
to what
really
I want.
reminds me of how I try to mix different colors. If you have like an overall scheme, I remember, well, Assassin's Creed, for example, there were, it's white, it's red, and everything else is somehow like brownish. And I even threw in some brown clay into, I don't know, parts of the shoes where nobody would see brown, but I felt like it has to be right there to give it this overall theme, which is dirty, for example, for the character or his appearance.
Yeah, I don't think it's too different. I listen to a lot of like podcasts about color mixing and color theory, and I really enjoy them. And one person basically told his audience that if you have like main colors, they should be in some way everywhere in the painting. Like there should be like a small spot of the same color
it makes sense.
And every little spot, and I think that makes it a lot more cohesive. Like it's not always what you want. Sometimes you want like colors to really clash and there to be a lot of contrast. But if you don't want that,
it makes sense. Could we have a look on the map, the overall map, to see just how these colors are developing? And I really love how you got there, because when you look closely, not at the details, but when we now look at the areas, the huge areas, right there, for example, we have some greenish spots. Of course, this will be also one of the areas where we will see a continent, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then it gets a little bit brighter to the edge. I really love how you got there to blend these colors. Oh yeah, that's a good perspective right now.
Yeah, but it's a process. Like you start painting and you see what's off, and you start like overpainting it and just trying to get something you like better. So I can't say that I get there like immediately ever. It's always like trying out things, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, and just being honest about it. Like, okay, I see this isn't working out at all, and then overpainting it and asking myself, why are these colors not working together? What should I do better? What doesn't need?
Could we maybe just put one of the continents, just the shape, onto the table, or is it still wet? Right now, I would really love to see that, and maybe also one of you guys. Please say my name. Hey, Caleb. Hi, how are you doing? So this is the continent, and oh, look at that!
It definitely starts looking like. It
definitely starts looking like Summoner's War, the world map. And now, well, you have just to imagine how this will look in 2 weeks for the next live stream, how this will look with all the clay figurines when I start mass producing them. When they first asked us to create this gigantic map, we didn't even talk about all the monsters, but I know they have to be right in there. So I really love that. The continents are the main part to give it its shape. Maybe I will come downstairs and we could have a look at the continents. Have a look at what Steph is doing right now, and also preparing.
Yeah, while the guys are doing that, I'm just basically using colors I just mixed. I already see something is not working quite right, but it's a good first base.
What is not work? Oh, you started painting the compass. Look at that.
Yes, I did. Isn't that exciting?
It is.
I'm glad I no longer can see my messy lines. Those were very, very distracting.
Must be look quite funny to see everyone from top right now. Standing around.
This little tiny spot and being excited.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, this is clay? No.
No, this ain't clay. This is
rubber gum.
it's rubber gum.
I basically forgot that this was for removing my pencil, and I chewed on one of these yesterday.
No, that's not true.
Unfortunately,
yes,
it is.
Well, I couldn't tell the difference. It looks like regular clay.
Well, it ain't. It's
art eraser. It says art eraser.
Yes, because I'm such an artist. No, these are.
Take a bite.
No.
It's tasty. I can recommend it.
Why?
No, this is a kneaded eraser.
Yeah.
It's nice because it doesn't leave any traces, and it doesn't. It doesn't hurt your paper either.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it basically just absorbs the dirt, which is why it looks like this. And this isn't even like the ugliest one I have. This is pretty clean for me. And what you can also do, I'm not sure if I have a. Yes, I do. I have a pencil here. If you have like some space and you want to if you have like a dark graphite space to work on, you can use this to draw in lines.
Oh yeah.
So you can like basically work from dark to light.
Oh yeah.
Which is very fancy.
It really is.
Like you can basically see nothing here, but you got an idea.
Yeah.
What this can do.
Oh, this is crazy. Thanks again for your introduction on how to mix all the different colors. And well, now the cameraman will be the guy to be filmed. We will have a look at what Steph just created.
Well, I created this before, That was just this morning and yesterday. This is
So
the
just
first
2 days?
continent.
You finished this in 2 days?
Well, I finished it in 2 days, but it was actually like a week maybe. Yeah, maybe a week
Okay.
with cutting.
It looks so crazy.
But for the details, it was 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just wanted to show to get a little closer look what
Yeah.
it's actually gonna be after we are finished. We have this is epoxied resin, and this is the construction firm, basically covered in leveling compound, and it protects the construction firm from the heat that the epoxide resin is creating, because when you look at the other side, you see that the construction firm
Is melting somehow,
melting away. So that's actually what we don't want, because otherwise we don't have continents. Yeah.
So the big goal is to coat every of the continents.
Exactly. So we will. This is not the yet. It's almost finished, but I guess we have to take a little bit of the edges again, just because we are leveling it up with the construction compound. So actually, we have to compromise it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that really means we have to take away some of the layers
No,
again.
not the layers. Just like from the outside in, like, because this is like a little bit thick. It gets a
Yeah.
little bit thick. So, you know, like when you have a little river like that afterwards, you can't see it when you're leveling it up. So we actually have to take away a little bit more,
Yeah.
just to make sure that we get all the details.
So this is pretty lightweight. It's such a crazy material. Yeah, exciting. I really love the test which you have done right here, to see how the what's it called?
Epoxid
epoxid
resin.
Epoxid
I guess.
resin. How the resin really
Correct
looks.
me if not.
Yeah. And Kirsten, I guess you did the painting on the underground.
Yeah, we already like learned something from it, because we sealed the edges with silicone, and it didn't quite work. Like looking at it closely, we already saw that those materials didn't mix too well together, so we're doing it differently now.
But it looks like it really looks like water. I really love how it not sharp how the effect is working. And what about using real water to fill it in? What do you think?
I think it's too much work, actually, for the small amount of time that we have for that. And we would have to cover it with a layer of some plastic material. And for the transportation, it would be awful, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's actually more helpful to do it with the epoxide resin, but yeah, at the edges, silicone or any other fluid which doesn't work with heat that well. We have to find a different material for that. So after all, we just need to cover those edges just to make sure that nothing is getting out of the box that we created. Yeah, and
I'll just follow you.
I'm still
Sounds kind of
working.
creepy.
Still working on the trial of Ascension, but I lost one of the tools, one of my cutting tools. This one is actually broken. I don't know why.
Oh,
I
the
can't
green
use it.
one.
Yeah, the green one, but somehow that one with this different wire, it works. So, but I actually decided to use the knife for now, because it's quite hard to get details or to cut in, because you burn too much of the construction firm away. So it's good to get the outlines and the outlines that you need, but if you want to go into detail, I recommend use a knife or use anything else. but those heat wires. So, and what I'm doing now is I'm looking at the outside here. I have a lot of rocks around and I crossed them, like the high points, and I'm just like trying to cut around them and see how that works.
There are people who hate hearing this sound. It's like
I had it with
like
lion
sickness.
skin. When Mufasa is just like scratching the wall.
Oh yeah. Oh, it looks beautiful. I can already see the rocks inside. Well, I can imagine the rocks.
And
somehow.
we just want to create the foundation for it. So even here we want to go around with leveling compound or maybe even clay. So it's just the base for whatever comes next. Just to have a filling material for and a foundation for our continents.
It looks so fascinating to me. It really does. It's like magical to use this lightweight material and to use it like clay, but it isn't really clay. But you get some really huge forms in a very huge objects in a short time.
I think the interesting part is also that actually Kirsten found it and it's used in stop motion production for building the sets like this one, where we haven't used it yet.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It might be.
This is the gigantic set which Steph built, which is for our stop motion movie. And I think there are some rocks right there. And we used a different material, but similar to this one, right?
Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah.
It's very similar. And you can also use hot wires for them. I'm not sure what it's called. Styrofoam, I don't know.
Construction, something like that.
Well, it's soft, it's light, it's usually used for packaging material which shouldn't break, like your new computer or whatsoever.
Oh, it's styrofoam.
Yeah,
Styrofoam, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Thanks, Kirsten.
Didn't want to
She's
interrupt,
over
sorry.
there, working on the map. Look at that.
And it's
So
interrupting, I'm
huge.
so sorry.
It's gigantic. Yeah, thanks again, Steph, for sharing your technique, for sharing what you are working on right now. I will go back to the table. I will talk to some of you. I will read some comments, see what questions you have right now. And then we will focus on creating one of the next monsters. So I'm pretty excited for that. Did I bring my water bottle with me?
You wanted to, but I'm not sure.
But I brought something different. Maybe I want to...
Just for the
yeah,
scale.
we can maybe just show that for the scale. So this is the blueprint. Well, you know this one. Maybe we can make like a size comparison. How mini, how tiny this will be on the gigantic map. Hi, how are you doing? I'll take a swim. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that, and now I'll leave you.
I hope he survives. I'm sure he's a strong one.
Is he a she or a he?
I think he's an arch.
Whoa! Okay, yeah, I'm back on my table. and we will do some crafting again with clay. But let me first read out some of the comments, some of the questions which you have. Please say my name, Isaac. This is not a question. So what are your questions right now? Okay, I'm just reading some suggestions for monsters. Make a human fighting Corona. Well, we did something similar, did we? Didn't we? The screen just turned out.
Yeah.
Back
again.
We're back again. Make a human.
Yeah, we did a Fortnite skin that is fighting the virus.
Yeah, we did a Fortnite skin, of course. Fighting. Any questions from you? What I just created? Yeah, of course, I can show you that. We can maybe just switch to this cam and I can show you the dog. And I have to look up his name again. His name was... What was it like? Steph did a screen record for me, which I'm really thankful for. So you don't see me right now, but I'm still there. Inugami. It's Inugami, I knew it. And Kirsten told me what this means. Inu means dog. It's Japanese, and Gami means Kirsten. I'm just kidding. It means what does it mean?
I'm kidding. It's like a god.
Ah.
If there are any Japanese people in the chat, please correct me if I'm just off about that. I just looked it up. So I think.
Yeah. So it means like dog god. If someone is you Japanese hellhound, please let me know. Oh, thanks so much. We just got a donation from someone who from Fink, right? Who just wanted to say hi. So thanks a lot for that donation of yours. Yeah, before we get into the crafting, I want to show you some of the basic gameplay from Summoner's War, because we are creating the gigantic map which we are seeing right now for the 6-year anniversary. So we start building the table, which you are seeing right now. We start building the continents, and then we will put on many clay figurines and working on many details, which will be crazy for the 6-year anniversary of Summoner's War. And what you are hearing right now is already from the game. Let's have a look. This is my island. It's still quite tiny. I know that some of the pros have some islands. It can get bigger over time and have like multiple islands connected. Ooh, I can collect some mana. I always love doing this, and this is no joke. What I love the most right now is just make a wish. Make a wish. You can do this once a day, or pay for this with in-game currency. Let's see what we get. It is okay, energy 15 times. This is always good to have. Again, you can use the code ClayClaim SW6 inside the game to get 50 energy and 50,000 mana. So go check that out and yeah, be one of the first 500 to get this reward within the game. So we have now this overall map, and I show you this because I remember how this was for me when I just started. It's quite overwhelming because you can do so much stuff within Summoner's War. This is the world map which we are creating. And let's go to, not Garon Forest, we've been there before. Let's go to, that's another forest, Mount Size. And maybe we can just fight the monster. the bad guy, who's called Golem. It's a golem. And what I love about this is somehow the social aspect. We can take a different monster, let's say from Steph, for example. No, I did that today already. So I take a really strong monster from a friend of mine. So if you like, you can add me in the game. It's ClayClaim, as everywhere. Here you go, he's really strong and he kills them with just one hit. So I'm not there, look at that. Critical hit. This was the autoplay button, but I can also choose which one I want to take. The Aqua Hurricane, for example. Let's go with that. This is my healer, which is pretty strong. We can go with this one, critical hit. And I can also purify, heal someone of my friends. I can attack the enemy. And again, if someone of you is one of the pros, I am no pro. I just started playing the game like 2 months ago. I can't really remember. But I made some huge improvements. I powered up my monsters. You are using different monsters to make them even stronger. So I highly recommend go check out this game. The link and everything which is important to you to get started is in the description. Now that I showed you the game, let me thank again today's sponsor. It's come to us, it's the creator of Summoner's War, and I told you that before. We met on Gamescom last year, and well, we spoke about the game, about other stuff which we are doing, which I am doing with Clay. And now that they are celebrating their 6-year anniversary, they asked me, hey, could you imagine building this gigantic, and could we please have a look again on the map, a gigantic miniature map, which is somehow similar to the maps which I have already created. And I'm so happy that the guys are with me, that they are creating, that Kirsten is helping me painting, that Steph is working on the continents. Here you can see him working. Oh, that looks beautiful. He is now using a knife and not the hot wire. And also Andy sitting right there. Now you have to switch to your cam.
Technical guy.
Yeah, the technical guy. Well, and me building the clay figurine. So in the end, and you will join us, we will hopefully have a gigantic, a beautiful miniature map. And hopefully you will like our journey, our creative journey here in the studio, but also the gaming journey, which we are taking for the Summoner's War 6-year anniversary. That's it for the game. I'd like, for those of you who just joined, I have read what we've been up to. Maybe we can show the video again and show how we got there, where we are right now, how we created the table. So we set up the studio with a crazy amount of 6 cameras and then Steph started building the table. And again, he just moved and is building his own kitchen right now with wood, with a lot of wood. And so he's quite familiar building these huge things. The frame is because we want to fill in some resin. You have just seen the testings, and I can show this later again to create the water effect. So Kirsten is now starting, or now you can see her painting. Again, what is it called when you just start with the very first layer of colors?
It's just priming.
Priming. So it's called priming to make sure that all the other colors which are following will be really shiny and really bright. And there she worked overnight. You can see this right now, and it looks like this. Well, not anymore. We will go downstairs in a minute, go visit her, and see how this gigantic Summoner's War map is doing for the 6-year anniversary. This is where we are right now, and for those of you who just joined, hey, unknown, thanks a lot for the donation. I'm saying hi again. I started working, I did some testings on an angel, which I already destroyed accidentally. Well, not really, but it was like a testing. We have to go really tiny. Maybe I have the blueprint with me. I started way bigger. I started with this blueprint, and then Kirsten said to me, no, this is not working. We have to go way smaller. This would be the scale of my Clash Royale figurines, for example. Just for size comparison, this. Well, I will zoom out just a little bit. Oh no, Mandalorian just dropped onto the agency. This is the size comparison. It is the same size as the Fortnite skins. This is Midas, the golden version. I love your content. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is all for you. I really hope you enjoy this. Take a tea. Oh, this reminds me, I still have a cup of tea. It's even with a logo. And have you seen the flag? Come on! I think it's quite disturbing. And now, back to the size. This is where we are right now. Again, Kirsten told me to be that tiny. I did the very first testing with a wing. Then we created this dog. And if you are coming up with some of the monsters quite quickly, I can create another monster for you. Not again in 10 minutes, but maybe we can just start, and I will keep you updated and tell you how it is going. And in 2 weeks for the next live stream, I can show you how I finished him somehow. So any ideas for a monster? Yeah, I just showed you the shark. Well, I can show you the shark again. Just a sec. We switch right there. I have to quit the battle. So if no one is coming up with a better idea, I would love to create the shark. Oh, look at both of them. They got a level up. No, not the world map. But it would be quite nice to see the world map again. It's gigantic. Look at that. Could we switch to the world map cam again? Look at that. It will be so huge. It will be crazy. So now back to the shark. Was it really shark? Pikachu. Well, different game. But I still appreciate that. Yeah, the shark. Yeah. Could you grab over and give me the Shark Island? Because I created a shark before, in a way. This is Shark Island. So I'm pretty good at creating sharks. And now I'll show you my... Oh no, I killed the next monster. Oh no. So happy this isn't a live stream. The shark. Let's switch over. Do we still have some time? Yeah, we still have some time. This is the shark, and I would love to show you how I would create a guy like this. So let's put the phone aside. Luckily, we have the same colors we needed before. I will, well, maybe we take an even darker blue. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I have some more clay. This is some serious clay cutting. Oh yeah. And this could be too dark, but again, the shark is quite dark from the backside and getting brighter. Still have no idea how to create that, but let's just get started. Sometimes it is about to just get started and find your approach which feels right. Maybe you can make it a little bit brighter. Is it bright enough? Now it's too bright, right? Yeah, I'm a little bit confused because the screen, what you are seeing, is so bright, but the camera is quite dark. But well, I will just focus on the screen in front. So this is the shape of the shark. Oops. This is the shape. Look at that. And now it's getting quite edgy somehow. This is the main form. This is his body. What I'd say, what it looks like. And we can change just the camera perspective. What I would do is not just to start putting in some white, I would try to get in some bright blue for the edge as well. It starts right under the mouth and it would go all the way down to his tail. So let's have a look how this works. When will the clay moon ship to Singapore? Cohen asked that. Well, I can check that if we can send over some stuff to Singapore. Or is it some of the guys? Do you know if we can ship to Singapore? Well, we can check that. Yeah. So I am blending in the very first layer. Looks like this. Maybe the mouth, the snoot is not that big. Oh, look at that. We will get there. Oh, he's so tiny. But this is the size we have to work on right now. So now we need some white clay. Where's the white clay? This would be the white clay. Yeah, for the next live stream, I think I will do like a color organization on my table that you can see which colors are in my portfolio. So we're blending in the white clay on the shark. And again, we can work on some more details later, but this is just about to get started. And the eyes would be just right there. What's the eye color? It's white, of course. So we take some white clay, we fill it in for the iris on this one side for now. And the iris is bright blue. I knew it. Maybe it should be even less. Okay. And if I am happy with the end result of this character, I will use him. Otherwise, I will maybe start all over again and create another shark. So how is everyone doing right now? I really hope good. I am reading some of the comments. Some people are asking that I speak some German, because I am from Germany. Gerne. Wir bauen jetzt einen Hai. Dieser Hai ist von Summoner's War. So, what did I just say? I basically told that I would create a shark. These are the eyelids. which are crazy, crazy tiny. The fin, we have this beautiful fin. Maybe we can have a look at the other side. And then when we are finished, I will make a quick tour through the studio and show you what the other guys have been working on. Now, to get this color gradient, I did a tutorial before on color gradients. Right now I try to blend the colors just like this, and I do this as long as I like the colors. As soon as I like the color gradient, I'll stop. Maybe I use the finger just a little bit, and I want to create this mouth, this beautiful mouth. And then I think we should go downstairs. Oh, look at that. Maybe we can go into some detail with the camera. Yeah. The mouth. There is some flesh which can be seen. I should have some fleshy color on the table. Sometimes this is how I am working. I have this huge pile of clay, and well, I just found some red inside, and look at that, there's also some black. Well, I can also take the black on the table, you are right. Oops, just dropped the huge clay ball. So I throw in some black, because in the end I don't want only to create the end bosses. I also want to create some of the monsters I am using, some of the monsters you are using, some of the more popular ones. And but still some of these beautiful characters which I love, like the shark, and hopefully some of you also love him. I know that he's changing his appearance when you develop him. So let's put in this.
Last question, do you have any sculpting tips for sculpting?
For sculpting in general, or is he asking for a particular case?
Any sculpting tips is the question.
Any sculpt? Well, I'd say the most important thing is to have a really good reference point to start from. Of course, you can just take some clay and create the characters which your mind is coming, well, the ideas which you have in your mind, and create the characters which you have in your mind. But if you want to create like a monster, a Fortnite skin, maybe you should open his mouth a little bit more, just for a second. It is all about really, really good images, really good blueprints. It's quite hard to talk and to create the same way. So this is the mouth. And now I will just add the teeth, and then we will make a quick tour through the studio, and let's see what we have accomplished today. It works different this time. Normally you see the finished creation and I am just shouting, "Ah, that's it!" Today it's more like, "Oh no, I destroyed another monster." These are the teeth. Putting them right there. Look at that. So you get the idea. Having good tools would be another tip. Yeah. And again, this is such a small scale. So I'm on a really, really good way to create these clay figurines. Now let's have a look what Kirsten did today, what she created, what Steph has been up to. For Andy, what he has been up to, well, I'll switch the cam.
What's that?
Still sitting in front of the screen and managing all of that. And I want to take a moment to say thank you to all of you, to Andy. Thank you for building up the live stream and that you were able to come up with all these crazy ways in putting this together, the cams. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Kirsten, thank you so much that you put beautiful colors and changing the whole appearance of the map, which you are doing right now. And I know that colors is your world, and you're not bragging, but you say that, well, it's also like a development process for yourself. And I really love this, your approach.
You're very welcome.
And painting the map. And for Steph, look at what scale he's working right now. He did such a huge scale before. He created huge sets, but now he's working with this new material. And Steph, thank you so much for just doing, just trying. When everyone from us is still talking, he's the first one to just do it and just try it out. So I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot for all your help as well. Oh, come on. too much color on the hands. So let's have a look again. I will come downstairs and then we'll wrap it up.
That there's the other
Not blending, but
pretending the other colors like behind there, and you can see like spots of it. So it might be what I'm going to do with this too. And I've started like doing the lines. These are now very stark. Like this is how I like them better. I'm going to overpaint them for sure. And I also did like some lines that weren't right, and I overpainted those too.
Did I just spit on the map? Was this me?
No, this is the color still drawing. Don't worry.
And this in times of Corona. Well, for your information, if you're wondering why we are working together, well, we haven't really stopped working together. So for us, it just made sense. Even here in the studio, guys are living together, so this makes no sense at all to be separate. Yeah. But in general, I'd say it is about that, about social distancing and to think about who should meet whom. Yeah, so just for as an explanation for you, for this situation.
Yeah, but it would have been impossible, like...
Yeah, of course. Also
doing what we do is basically impossible if we're not here physically.
Oh, I really love it. I really mean it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still see stuff that I need to do.
Yeah, of course.
The next thing is basically the line art.
Oh yeah.
Which I can also show. Like, it's not like super exciting. These lines are very faint. But it helps to like get it to look a little closer to the original, because there are like very faint and subtle lines in there too. So we get these lines, and afterwards I would probably use even more color, because I'm a perfectionist, I guess. I
hope it's not too disturbing that I am watching from right here.
Oh, well. Not sure if disturbing is the right one. No, it's fine. Don't worry.
I really love it. and suddenly all your shapes become even sharper. They get a really
A sharp
strong.
outline.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and there's still some bleeding there, like the markers like bleed a little, and that I can just fix with more color because I mixed such a huge batch of the colors I need. Which if you ever do like a big thing, a big project where you need paint, just mix a lot of it, especially acrylics. Like it's so hard to mix the same color twice.
So this is right now somehow like the shadow.
Yeah.
Will you use even a darker pen afterwards for like the edge, or is the edge like the shadow?
It is very faint. Like if you look at it, it's very, very faint. I mean, it has a brownish tint, but it isn't like super duper sharp. So I don't think I would go darker actually. Because if you look at the map, like the big scale here. Oh, a fun thing I drew onto all of them. Because why not? Why not use both? Yeah, but it's very faint. Like overall, I wouldn't want it to like overpower anything else. And it's probably going to be even more subtle when we pour the raisin on, which I think is going to be good.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe this reminds me of maybe we can show the test again. So we made like a tiny test balloon, which is more like a test island.
Well.
So this is what it looks like. I'm not sure if you can see this properly.
I mean, I think you can. It's gleaming the surface.
And it's, I can tell you, it feels like glass. It's not, it's the raisin. It changes the appearance of the color, and this is what Kirsten was just talking about. And it also gets more shiny in a way.
And it almost looks like there are air bubbles, like the air bubbles inside do look like they're...
Oh yeah. Which is okay, because we are creating water, and I think Steph said that it's more like a water effect in a way, to get these bubbles. Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's so heavy. I don't really want to drop it. Should we? Should we drop it? Write it in the comments. No.
I mean, that one you could destroy.
Well, just take it away. I don't want to destroy anything on the table. I destroyed enough stuff today.
But you had to do a lot of stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Don't be harsh on yourself.
Well, it is a struggle.
It is a struggle.
Life is a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for sharing your progress. Now I really would like to see Steph's table again, see how he is doing with the tools, because one of the tools broke.
I'm actually making a mess.
Yeah. like myself.
Well, it's coming along. I moved forward to this. I wanted to start trying to figure out how high I have to go here at the Rift of Worlds, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm actually slowly making my way over there. And hopefully soon it will look like this. And we actually plan to use some LEDs, so this is a little hint. And
what will we do with the LEDs?
And we will place them on the map, and we actually try to light it up and make it more beautiful to get this shiny effect which you see on the map here at Rift of Worlds.
It's in the lower right corner.
Yeah, there.
Oh yeah, thanks a lot. That's better.
That.
Yeah.
So it's actually like just one piece which should get light. We have the volcano, which also has a little bit of light included. We have the last area, which I'm currently not at yet. So there's also light.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is the goal. So actually I cut through it. You can look right through
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And
Can you show the tool again, maybe for some of the people who just joined,
yes, sure.
how it is working? So what is this?
This is a hot wire. It's pretty simple. It just runs on electricity, and you can smoothly cut through the construction firm. And actually I have to take off here a little bit as well, because it looks like it's pretty much even. It goes like from one layer to the other. So
Oh, this noise. I hope you people can hear that when I shut up. And oh, and now you can just look at that. You can remove it. Can I have it? I want to touch it. It's so lightweight, and it's still such a durable material. So if I am pressing this with my finger,
yeah, it's pretty.
it's quite solid.
Yeah, it's quite solid. I think it got pressed on a high pressure, so
Oh, okay.
actually when you use construction firm out of like a can where you can spray it, it actually makes a lot of air bubbles, so it's not that compressed. Here it's kind of like compressed together, so it's very stiff and hard.
What
but
have
still
you
light.
created right over there on the left side? What is this?
that's,
It looks so interesting to me.
It's Trial of the Ascension, and those tiny rocks around should
okay.
be.
Could you zoom in on the
clear.
map, maybe?
Yeah. Well, so you see, like, there's this edge. It runs. You have this rock here. Should be that one. It should be a little bit lower, and I guess I will cut it down later. Yeah, but it's just trying to find the right height for our construction firm and for our foundation for the continent, because it's just figuring it out along the process.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning this.
And it's also a difficult perspective when you look at the map, which you have to consider. It's not really a good perspective which we are using to create a map from the top.
Yeah,
So it's, yeah, well, we're getting there, but...
it's a difficult perspective. Yeah. Thanks again for taking us on this journey
No worries.
with this material, with this foam, with this new tool. Just listen to that. Look at that. And the floor looks like this right now. Well, it's quite dark. Maybe we can turn up the ISO. It looks like this.
So everyone sees the mess.
Yeah.
And everyone sees my feet.
They are clean. I hope you washed your feet before the live stream.
Well, I guess not.
So thanks again for showing us this technique, for showing us how to build the continents. This is the first step for the next live stream in 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we started working on the next layer of these continents.
I guess, I hope we do.
Yeah.
That should be the goal.
Okay, so I will go back to the table. Go through.
Oh, we're stalking him. But why on me?
You're always more beautiful than me, Kirsten.
I don't think so. Thank you.
You are.
Thank you for being generous.
So, well, I already thanked the guys I want to thank today's sponsor, which is come to us with Summoner's War, and they are having the 6-year anniversary of their mobile RPG. Please check out the game. I mentioned that you can use the code in the description. The first 500 people get 50 energy and 50,000 mana. You'll see the code down below. I think I already mentioned the code the wrong way, but to be just sure, you can check the description. ClayClaim SW6. It's not that difficult. It should be not that difficult. So, thank you all for watching. We are coming to an end. We should definitely come to an end. We will clean up all the mess which we created today. I will start working on the clay figurine. Kirsten will start working on the beautiful coloring. I mean, look at that from top. I really love it. And Steph has already created the continents. He will working on that. And Andy will take all the footage which we have created and will prepare a beautiful summary for you. So we have a lot to do. I am so excited to, can we see the map again? To create a gigantic Summoner's War miniature map. The biggest clay project I have ever worked on. Together, we as a team creating this. Still so excited. Thanks again. Go check out Summoner's War, the game. Please follow us. Please follow Summoner's War for the updates on this project. And I think it will be a pretty nice journey for us together to create this creative monster, which it really is. Oh, this sounds nice. I should make this the title of the video.
A giant monster.
Creating a giant clay Summoner's War monster. Well, maybe it's just me who thinks this is funny. Thanks again, guys. I would like to maybe wrap it up, take one of the last questions of you, and then we will see each other in 2 days on Friday, as always. So, what are your questions right now? Oh, some people are crying. I hope it is Jana. Is it because the stream is coming to an end? Or is it because I accidentally destroyed my beautiful clay figurines again? Well, I'm not really sure. So, do not close the stream. If you like the stream, please give us a like and support us. I would be more than happy to do this more often here in the studio as a team working on gigantic projects. I mean, you can come up with the ideas if we are working together. There is this huge opportunity to work on the Summoner's War map as a huge surprise for the creators of Summoner's War for the 6-year anniversary. But if you have further ideas beyond that, let us know as well. Any further questions? A lot goodbyes.
Should I scroll?
What color pencils you use? I will give this question to Kirsten.
Those are just Copic markers. Like, you wouldn't need something so expensive.
Oh yeah, could we show this maybe with a free cam again to get a closer look at the pens?
For sure. There you go. Not working yet? Not working yet?
Nope. It's not,
okay, it's my face
no.
which is sharp. There we go.
It's autofocus.
So it's Copic markers, and the good thing about these pens is they have two sides. It's like the Darth Maul of pens. The two-sided lightsaber.
And that's the one I've been using, which you can tell because its tip is already starting to look a little ruined.
Oh, now it's getting more sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I read another question. Which type of clay are you using? And I would personally take this question. This is the type of brand we are using. Well, you can get it in hardware stores. We are selling this in the online store clayclaim.com as well. So if you want to check that out and try it out as well. Thanks again to everyone. I would really love to see you again in 2 weeks when there will be part 2, when we had our learnings, everything where we screwed up on during this live stream. Let us know. Keep in mind, we were all quite nervous, but we enjoyed this. We worked on our stuff, and we would really, really love to see you again in 2 weeks with a live stream. And we will see you on Friday in 2 days. Take care. See you soon. Bye.